Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Croft Studios, and I'm here with a giant Lego Ninjago custom set, and this is the last of the ones that I am making and showcasing on YouTube. This is the last one, unfortunately, but don't worry, there will be more customs to come from some more themes that I'm thinking about making, like Lord of the Rings and stuff. So this is Garmadon's mech from Season 2, I think, or 3, of Lego Ninjago, and you can see it would probably include like 5 minifigs, and it would probably cost like $70 at most. So it would be a really cool set, so we're going to go in detail of this giant mech. The minifigs included would be Zane, Lloyd, and probably some Stone Warriors. Well, it probably wouldn't include these exact two, but it would just include ninjas in general. Probably Lloyd, actually, he would probably be one of the main ones to be included in the set. Then you'd get just some other ninja with it. And then I just included 2 Stone Warriors that are kind of different right here. And yeah, that's basically it for the minifigs, and it would definitely include Garmadon. So we're going to start off with the legs here first. So you can see there's a lot of detail put in here. These are kind of just for show, even though they are the spring type of movement things. And you can move them in this direction as well if you just want them to stand up like that. Or if you want them to, I don't know, dance around, do some poses or something. I don't think Garmadon would do that, but whatever. But you can see his weight is very heavy, so you can only have him in a couple positions without him falling down. Since this is a very, very tall mech, it is kind of limited on its ability to do things, and I had to design things in kind of weaker perspective, like using less pieces for main body parts and stuff, which kind of sucks, but it's still a very nice model. So we're going to move up to the waist. So to go on to the waist, I just kind of took off the legs since it is kind of hard to access this area. And seeing right here, you can see how Garmadon fits inside. You can take him in and out if you want to, so you can you basically like turn these handlebars around and you can take them out if you want to. I'm not really going to show it. I mean, it's just, you know, I'd rather just keep him in there so he can drive it. You can see his little waist things right here that go around his waist. And there's a lot of details on the arms. I just used a lot of Technic pieces to build those. Then you can see there are some spring-loaded shooters right here. It's not really accurate to the show, but obviously if Lego made this a set, they'd probably add some extra features on it as well. So I'm not really gonna dog myself on adding spring-loaded shooters. Turning it around, you can see how you shoot the spring-loaded shooters. You know, just your basic shooters, and the back just has some random details and stuff on it. And I accidentally just spun the. I actually shot the shooter. You can see there's just random details and such back here. And looking at the arms, you can see how these were designed right here. And they're hooked inside from Technic, and you can see these things kind of spin. A lot of movement. There's fingers. You can grab a minifigure if you want. So let's take Lloyd, and you can just have him get captured by Garmadon right there with his really huge fists. Each arm does have 3 fingers on it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it is kind of wobbly. I mean, it was a very hard set to design since it's so giant and so many little details and stuff on it. So we're going to move to the top section. Alright guys, so here is the up part, or the upper section of the mech. And this was probably one of my least favorite parts of designing a Lego custom in my entire life. This was so evil. It took me around 3 hours just to get the head and stuff figured out. I mean, it was so hard to design, just to figure out the eyes, where they would go. Never anything looked good. So I actually ended up having, not really to copy someone's design, but see their design and kind of create my own off-brand of kind of that. So Artifacts did make something like this, but I didn't completely copy his mech head. I kind of made my own design into it. But he did make a very good design for the head, so that's really the only part that I kind of copied. It wasn't completely copied, though, since there is a bunch of my design on it, since I added a lot of pieces and stuff to make it different. And you can see the swords back here, just like in the show. And you can see more of these little armor pieces and stuff, and more tubes. And then he does have arms here, too. And if you didn't see the sword before, I did what Lego would do and gave him one of those stupid swords that just sits in the hand like this. So apparently I would do that if I was a Lego designer, just give him one of those crappy wiggly swords. So yeah, that's probably what he would have right there. And then looking at the head, which was definitely the hardest part to do, I could not figure out a good design for this. And you could see how kind of weird it is. The middle right here is kind of like spaced out since I did use a couple weird techniques that didn't make it so it completely fit together. And it does spin 360 though. It's pretty cool. And then you can see some more details right here going around the middle. Then going to the back, you can see there's just the part right here where the neck goes and stuff. So that's basically it for Garmadon's mech. There's not really a ton of features on it, but obviously it has tons of movability and stuff, and it does have those spring-loaded shooters on it. Probably my one of my least favorite parts about it though is this little jagged look right here, which I'm probably gonna change up soon and make it black instead of gray anyways. So that's probably my least favorite part of it. So let's go on to the ending of the video. Alright guys, so that is basically it for Garmadon's mech. This is either the biggest LEGO Ninjago custom that I've made or around a tiebreaker with the snake train. But you can see right here, it's just a gigantic model. It took me a very long time to make. It took me like at least 5 hours to make. Just trying to figure out the design and stuff. And I did this over a course of like 2 weeks too, so like I only worked for like 20 minutes a day. So it's kind of weird, like different ideas every day doesn't really mix together very well. So it kind of like compiled into this. It's probably my least favorite giant custom I've made, but it's still good for what I could have done. And I didn't have all the necessary parts I wanted to make it either. I really wanted to have some of the better parts, like those black pieces for the top of the helmet instead of gray. And I wanted some better Technic arms than that. I would have rather had it made out of like, I don't know, bricks or something would have been cooler instead of Technic parts. But it's still cool. I mean, it's not really my best custom I made, but I still think it's a decent custom overall. And I think it's really cool though that I was able to make it so tall. I mean, let's compare it to a minifig. I mean, just comparing it to the bunny right there, it's humongous. Gosh, I mean, if you went up against this thing, you'd probably get killed. But I mean, it's one of my better customs for, I mean, mechs probably, because I'm not very good at making mechs. That's one of my downsides to LEGO. I'm terrible at making mechs. That's one of the things I'm not very good at. So I think this is good for me. Just on a personal level, I think I did pretty good on this. So kind of like a accomplished goal. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Up next, I'm probably going to be making Lord of the Rings customs. So maybe I'm probably going to make like 2 sets at max. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Make sure you comment and subscribe, and I hope you've enjoyed.